Okay, welcome to the U.S. Retail News Report and the market opens. It's the 10-minute trades trade room. Chantal, let me know when you started streaming. I forgot. Okay. Okay, good morning, everyone. As I said, welcome to the market opens and the U.S. Retail News. My name is Lee Goldstein. I'm the trading director at 10-minute trades. Please remember all trades we discuss for educational purposes. It is possible to lose money trading futures. Okay, so we're going to do the gold open, micro gold. I've got the news open on the side on my charts. I just don't want to take up chart space right now with the news. So initially we'll be looking at the gold open. I've already got my strategy on the chart. And we've got a trap trade for US retail. So there's a little bit going on. Let me just get set up and I'll start talking. All right, so let me show you my gold setup, my micro gold setup for the gold open. It's pretty much the same most mornings. I have the range set up, but as everyone knows, we don't use it, but it's there if you want to use it. One tick above the range, one tick below the range, graphic shown on chart, and one click bar look back. That creates a 1 bar range that lets us let the price come to us if you want to. But for all intents and purposes, I have one position for 8 ticks, one position for 20 ticks, using a stop of 22 this morning. And if it hits my first target, I'll move my stop to break even -4. And we're using the squeeze play as the type of setup that we're using. And the gold open is at 820. And we use the tick strike indicator to help us get into the trade. If there's I think I'm going to try using Chantal's signal method. She's been trading with tick strike way longer than I have. And I think it actually makes it easier. If there's a signal right at the open, then that signal should be passed. But if there's a signal after the open and it's a good signal, then you can take that signal. I think that'll help me to get in a little bit earlier on some of the trades that I've just barely been getting stopped on because I've been late to the trade. So just to clarify, if there's a signal at the exact moment of the open or a second before, you know what I mean, then I will pass on that signal because it's often not the right direction, or it's often just not as reliable a signal as the next one at the open. So we'll try that, see how it goes. I think that it actually makes it a little bit easier to determine which signal you want to take. So I actually like that minor change. And I'm also setting up a trap trade for US retail news. Last month we got stopped out. on the trap trade, which, it's the first one in many, many, many months. So I'm not going to, I didn't go crying in a corner. Let's take a quick look at the video from last month. This is a short video. So I have a pretty good memory when it comes to trades. I had been impatient on retail and left profits on the table. And I know last month I was more patient and I got stopped out. In other words, I think there was a profit available if I remember, but because I didn't take it quick, I got stopped. So, very honestly, we're waiting for a great trap trade. There hasn't, it's been working, but there has only been maybe one really good trap trade. A really good trap trade, the idea is it's going to move and fill you quick, and it's going to reverse and give you profit quick. There are, ideal trap trades. In these markets, the trap trades are more laborious. They're slower, they're harder to manage. And, it's everything is challenging these days. That's the truth. Trading is challenging. So it was a slow, very slow fill last month also. Took more than a minute. Then it filled. No, no, I take that back. It wasn't that slow. It filled. Let's see. It filled. No, it was slow. It took almost a minute. That doesn't necessarily, in these markets, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But you could see this trap trade, it did have some opportunity for profit right there. And it was slow. It was 4 minutes in. 4 minutes in. So we could have grabbed it. Could have grabbed it. Thought about it. It was too late when I finally thought about it, and then it went down and stopped us out. So it just didn't work. But I would just love to see a good, solid trap trade. I'd love to see a good, solid trap trade. Meaning quick, up and down, over and out, buddy boy. That's what I'd like to see. Whether we get it, I don't know. Okay. So on the trap, I'm going to use a tier of 17 on my first one. You know what? I'm going to use a 16 and a 28. 16 and 28. The time of the event is 8:30. 8:30, and I use a 5-second activation time preparation. I don't want to put my orders on the chart 20 seconds early, and I want to get this updated. I want to use just 5 seconds. So I'm 8:29:55 on my activation, and that means 5 seconds from 8:30. That's how you calculate that. The event time is 8:30, so tiers of 16 and 28. My stop is 18. and my label. So my trap is set up. I don't have to put it on live right now. We could wait until the gold open. And I do want to thank everyone that's watching us on YouTube. If you hit that like button, we'd really appreciate it. Sign up for the channel, and you'll know the next time we're going to stream. We're doing one really good stream of the week. I can't believe we're almost at Memorial Day. So we are going to trade the gold open. I'm using micro gold, so it won't interfere with the trap trade if by some chance I wasn't out of the gold open. And gold is up $20 this morning. I guess you could say that's a little bit volatile. Okay, so we're just waiting on the gold open. It's just about 7 minutes away. A lot of news in the world, no surprises today. Every day you wake up to news. Um, there's about what, one shooting a day somewhere in America. One shooting a day. It's pretty sick. It's a little bit scary. You go to the supermarket and that's the party. The game's over. If it were up to me, I would, well, you know what? Let's just leave it at that. So the gold open is at 820. So I'm going to say it again. We're going to take the first good signal after 9 o'clock. If there's a signal exactly at 9, I'm going to let that signal pass. All right. So let's check our time sync. Never hurts. We check our time sync by going to the website time.is. And you'll notice it puts my computer in sync. Bingo. The reason we go to a different place rather than using Windows time sync is because Windows time sync almost always returns an error. I believe it does put you in sync, but it's kind of annoying to see an error. So you could just go to the website time.is. Most people's computers are easily put in sync by going to that website. So today we're pretty busy. We've got retail, um, oil open, and Q open. I'm going to watch capacity utilization at 9:15. There is no good trade for that setup. It's just a mystery. It's a mystery report. We've been looking at the NQ a little bit on capacity utilization. I've had some trades that worked, but it's not a bad report. It used to work very well with gold. You know, It's just we haven't been watching it every month either. It's one of those reports that it didn't work for a while. We stopped watching it. I think if I stop watching a small report, I should just leave it alone. Just forget about it for a year. But for me, a report, it's like an addiction. I can't stop watching them. So gold is up 18 dollars now. So it's down $2 since we've been here. I remember when a $2 move on gold was a lot. Um, Bullard, the Fed, one of the Fed people, I forget what they call them. What do they call them? Fed chairman? Is he a Fed chairman, Bullard? He's speaking right now. The minute the Fed chair says, I don't think this will happen, pretty much you can count on the fact that it will happen, right? Anytime a political leader says something, just figure the opposite is going to happen. That's not a bad, that's the way government seems to work these days. I don't think there'll be a recession. Start counting on a recession. Especially the Fed seems to be behind the eight ball, slow to respond to all the problems everyone thinks. If you really want to scare yourself, start reading about the Fed. It's pretty scary stuff. Second most powerful person in the world, Fed chairman. Some people believe. Besides me, after me. All right, we got 55 seconds. Enough political talk. So I woke up with a laissez faire attitude today. I don't care. Okay. So I just don't care. That's how I feel today. Maybe I'll be patient. So I'd like this signal to turn off. Now I need more than a 6. Okay. I need more than a 6, certainly on the upside. Okay. I'm taking a 10 on the downside when price is going down. If I'm wrong, like I said, nothing I can do about it, and I don't care. But I do care. But a 10 signal, nothing wrong with a 10 signal. It wasn't a bad signal. the move could be over and it won't work if that's the case. So we're getting ready for our trap trade. I don't need the clock over here. And I want to make sure my trap trade is on. If the gold open doesn't work, it doesn't work. I don't think I did anything wrong this morning. If I do something wrong, then I'm frustrated. But look, I entered, I had a strong signal. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You can't do anything about that. If anybody wants to disagree, please disagree if I entered incorrectly. Tell me what you think. I'm more than willing to learn. Was price going up when I entered? Chantal got in also. I don't think it was a bad signal. It was a good signal. It was a good signal. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. My stop was 22 ticks. And I'm going to stay in the trade through the news if necessary. So just watching. So it's a beautiful morning here. Finally, where I live, it's almost a little bit like spring. During the day, I sometimes take my son's dog to the dog park. And he's like the fastest dog in America. He's so cute. He's such a nice dog. It is a scooter riding time of the year. I haven't been riding much. I don't know. I've been scared of my scooter. Ever since it was stolen, ever since my first scooter got stolen, I've been really avoiding riding. It's just such an annoyance to be paranoid. So now price is going against us significantly. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. I mean, it's just not really trending right now. You got four candles, two different colors. And that doesn't necessarily mean it won't work out. His name is Mango. So it hits my first target, and that gives me 8 ticks. Okay. Remember, my first target was 8, my second target was 20. So I'm just going to leave it. I'll make 4 ticks or I'll hit my target. I'm trying to decide what I want to do with it. If I want to, you don't have to get out just because there's going to be news. And we have our orders in place. So you can just go through the news. Bear flags, stop runs. It's all just talk, right, David? What's it all mean? You just don't know. That's the only thing you know. I don't know. That's the only thing you can count on. Bull flag, bear flag, candlestick pattern. It's all, as Biden would say, a lot of malarkey. Just gives you something to worry about. The only thing that matters is the price action. And, it did what it did. We hit our first target. We protected ourselves. It worked. Okay. The setup worked again, and the setup is done. So that's that. No big deal. No big deal. So now we'll concentrate on the trap trade for retail. Calvin, I'm following the DMM for news. Let me go over it for you. Let me fix my video real quick. 1 second. Calvin, I'm doing the DMM with a 18 tick stop. I'm you know the trap trade, you can choose your own range. You know what I mean, right? If you want to know what I'm using, I'll tell you in 1 second. Let me set my recorder. The only thing I do different, Calvin, is I do 5 seconds. My activation is 8:29:59. That means 5 seconds before the news, not 20. That's the big difference for me. I don't put my orders on the chart 20 seconds before retail news. I just won't. Now I can put the retail news up because our gold trade is over. I don't use the indicator to help me decide if I'm going to stay in this trade necessarily. And then Calvin, quickly, my setup. 16 and 28 on the tiers, 8:30 the time of the event, activation preparation seconds 5 with a stop of 18. That's my setup. So, the gold, it just didn't work. Maybe if I didn't move my stop to protect my profit, right? I might still be in the trade, but it's all right. We'll be around to trade tomorrow. We didn't lose anything. Some days it's not a big mover in your direction. Five seconds before the retail news is released, my orders are going to show up on the chart. That's how it's going to work. I'm also hearing the news results in my earpiece from our friends at Financial Juice. Okay? They have a squawk box that we love. Absolutely love it. The one thing I notice is that pricing on MGC is different, quite different than regular gold. Now, that's the way I want to see a trap start out. Okay? That's how I want it to start out. And I'll trail this baby. All right. I don't mind making 220. I don't mind. That's the way a trap trade's supposed to work, my friends. That's the way a trap trade's supposed to work. Now look, I wasn't even ready because they haven't worked that fast in so long. I was literally just trying to get my orders set up. I was already up 130 on my first order. So I wanted to give my second order a little room to breathe, and it took me out, which might be a good thing because the news, let's see, now the news didn't even show up on investing.com, and the news is good. I mean, the news is, it was, well, retail news was matching, but the core was up. The core was up, and it's pushing gold down. It seems to be, I mean, the trap trade's over, so it doesn't matter anymore. The trap trade, I was moving my orders because they were a little bit too far away with the tiers that I use. Because remember, opposite tiers become your opposite orders, right? Your tiers become your orders, the ones that aren't filled. Also, price is pushing down. The news was positive, all right, overall. The enemy of a trap trade is movement in one direction. It's moving in one direction. Now it may reverse. We see reversals. It doesn't matter. I'm out of the trade. It gave me a medium profit without any work. All I was doing was setting up my orders. I didn't even have time to really set the trade up. Calvin, did you trade it? Did you trade it? Good for you, Chantal. Nice trade on the open. Now, what size stop? Okay, you didn't move your stop. You didn't move your stop. Calvin, install the trap trade. We're trying to do more of them. We're trying to do more of them. You should install it. You know how to install it, right? Just so everybody knows, the trap trade, it's a separate strategy that you have to download from the website. So look, a lot of people are watching us on YouTube. I just made $220 on retail sales in 10 seconds. So could you hit the like button? Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel so we can show you how to do this. There's no reason not to do this. Let me make everybody on YouTube an offer to join our trade room. It's such a good deal. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to come in and join us. www.jointhetraderoom.com, $97 a month. I made double that just now on this trade. Okay, it worked like a beautiful trap trade. www.jointhetraderoom.com. You know, we're trading every day, and every day members are making money every day. So thank you very much for watching on YouTube. Hit the like button on your way out. We're going to close the stream. We stream once a week, the big report of the week usually. And I appreciate very much that you watched us this morning. So I'll see you on YouTube next time. Thanks very much.